Hi everybody and welcome to FabTax. I'm Rosemary and thanks for stopping by. Today I'm back with more DIYs to help you celebrate love this Valentine's Day. In this video I have 9 quick and easy Valentine treats. These edible Valentines are great for your sweetheart, kids, friends, classmates, or coworkers. They're no-bake, no-fuss treats that come together quickly and easily by upscaling pre-made items. They can be used as part of a romantic dinner, a Galentine's brunch, a school party, or made to share with friends and coworkers. Add some cute packaging and tags, and you have a fun and festive Valentine everyone will love. First up is chocolate-covered Oreos. Now I know what you're saying. Chocolate-covered Oreos? Really? Rosemary, I thought this was FabTax. You're supposed to be giving us DIYs that are fast, affordable, and easy, and taste pretty good and look pretty good too. And I have been down that chocolate-covered Oreo path before, so I know it takes about 7 Oreos before I even get one to stay on the stick without breaking the cookie. And then when I put it in the chocolate, that chocolate never melts right. It's always too thick, never like it showed on the videos. The cookie breaks apart and the whole thing's just a big hot mess. But now we no longer need to go through all that because, ta-da! Chocolate-covered Oreos come already done. Now, apparently these have been out for about a year now, but I've never seen them before, and I'm pretty sure I would have noticed these. But they might just be new in our area, and I think that might be the case because they, much to my delight, also have a fudge-covered Nutter Butter. And you can see from this packaging that it does indicate it as new, but apparently these were also released last year. So anyway, just curious to see if you've seen these before. But either way, I'm just delighted to have them, and they're going to just make such a great item to upcycle and make a great little Valentine's treat. So as you can see, they come 12 to a package, and they come very nicely done the way you would see in like a specialty store. And now all you need to do is decorate. To decorate, I'll be using my favorite fab tack to quickly and easily upcycle any store-bought treat, which is to take a pre-made treat, some candy drizzle, and some colored themed sprinkles. And then that makes an instant upcycled holiday or special occasion treat. So as you can see, I just drizzle on some melted chocolate or candy melt, and then I take some sprinkles that are either holiday or special occasion themed and sprinkle them on top. And that's it. Instant upcycled treat that looks like it was purchased at a candy store. I will be using this throughout this video for various different treats. So here are the 3 candy melts I'll be using, including this first one. This is the small bag that costs about $1.50. You can get it at Walmart and also the craft stores. This bag here I bought at Walmart. It costs about $2.47 there, and usually about $3 at the craft stores. And lastly, there's the Ghirardelli white wafers, and those are at most supermarkets now, and they usually run about $4.80 to $5 a bag. I purchased these at Walmart for $4.80. So for the Oreos, I am going to use these candy melts, and I always have such high hopes for these. I love them that they come in these small packages that you can microwave right in the package and then cut and drizzle. That's at least what you're supposed to be able to do. I think they're great because they're like a $1.40, $1.50 price point, and if you don't want a lot of chocolates, this would be a great option. However, they really don't work that well. Some bags actually work better than others. Now this here is the red, and this one is actually working better than most usually do. And by better, I mean that the drizzle is coming out as a drizzle and not kind of clunky and glunky as they often do. So this red one was pretty good. And I'm going to go then and just get my sprinkles on. And it really doesn't matter when you're going to put the sprinkles on top anyway, because you know, it's going to cover a lot of that gunkiness if it comes out gunky anyway. So this worked out great, and there we have our little Oreos. And then you can put it on a doily, on a little platter, but then as a Valentine, I have it here in little Wilton bags, little treat bag, and then I put one of the cookies in and added a tag that says, "Roses are red, violets are blue. The only thing more awesome than a chocolate-covered Oreo is you." And I did purchase the little treat bags at Walmart, but any of the craft stores also have them. Next up is the Nutter Butter. Next up is the Nutter Butter, and as you can guess, it's pretty much the same thing. I'm going to just go ahead and line the Nutter Butters up so that when I do the drizzle over top, I can get them across all of them. I'm going to be using the white candy melts and some of these small heart sprinkles. Now, this one, as you'll see, the white, for whatever reason, it varies bag to bag. Now, you'll see that glunky thing I'm talking about. So this can be very frustrating with these little bags. Like I say, I have such high hopes for them. I want them to work so bad because they come in all these different colors. And if you just want a little bit, you don't want to have all this candy hanging around your house, they really would be great, except that they just sometimes this is what they do. So anyway, again, just putting the sprinkles on, it kind of really doesn't matter so much. You can kind of put it around. That one in the middle there is kind of pretty bad, but otherwise, not too bad. Now, if the clunky glunkies bother you, you can always remove the chocolate from the bag. And I did wait for it to get hardened up again. And then just broke it up and put it in a dry, microwave-safe container. But now, since we are exposing our chocolate to other elements, it's probably a good time to take a quick second to review some chocolate melting basics. So, number one, never, ever, ever let your chocolate anywhere near even the slightest hint of liquid. Everything that touches it must be bone dry. Bowls, utensils, hands, everything. Number two, chocolate melts at 50% power in your microwave. You can take the first minute and then 30-second intervals after that. Third, to thin the chocolate, you can use a small amount of shortening or what's called Paramount crystals, which I'll show you in a second, and to get your desired consistency. You never ever use water or milk or any other liquid. If you want to use a certain color, use that colored candy melt, or you can color chocolate, but it has to be with the powdered, not the liquid food color. And lastly, just keep the candy at a warm temperature and reheat as needed to keep it at a workable consistency. And now back to our clunky lunky chocolate. So it's still very thick. It's just been melted, but now I'm going to just add a little bit of the vegetable shortening. And you can see where it is now a lot thinner, a lot easier to drizzle. But it just occurred to me, I could have left the chocolate in the bag and just added some shortening to the bag on the end of a skewer and given it a stir and tried to thin the chocolate that way. I'll try that on my next video. But for now, we'll go back to the spoon and bowl method. And so I'm going to just take the spoon, I'm going to coat the spoon, and then swing the spoon back and forth over top of the chocolate covered Nutter Butter, and you can see where now it does a much better drizzle. And now I'm going to sprinkle with the sprinkles. And here are the chocolate-covered Nutter Butters on a platter. And you can see where that drizzle was a little clunky, but the sprinkles make it all look good. And then the package one says, "Nuttin' butter than you, Valentine." Project 3 is the Valentine Popcorn. For this one, I'm going to use this black and white drizzle corn. I got this at Walmart, and it cost $2.38. And it already comes with some black and white drizzle on it. So I'm going to just go ahead and add some red drizzle and again the sprinkles. So in this case, I'm going to use the packaged candy melts, and I will guarantee you that they will be too thick to drizzle. So I'm going to use some of these Paramount crystals. They're just this little bag of flakes that you can get on Amazon. And if I can link it, I'm having trouble doing that, but if I can link it, I will provide a link below. But they're just great, and you can just add them until you get that consistency that you want. But they are a special order thing. It's not something you can find easily. But if you do like making candy, they do work really well, and I would suggest investing in those. Otherwise, if you're just like, I just want to make something for my kids' class and not, going to open a candy store anytime soon, then yes, the shortening is the way to go. And then once I have a good amount of that red drizzle all over the popcorn, I just went back with some of the sprinkles again and just gave a good coating of the sprinkles as well. To hold the popcorn, I got these pillow boxes at Walmart. They came in a pack of 12 for $2.98, and they just fold on the one side like that, and then you can just fill them up with your popcorn or what other type of treat you want to. Just thought they were so cute and a really great value. And then I just filled that up and then sealed the box, and I had myself a great little Valentine treat. Another packaging option would be these great little bags. I got these for $24 from Walmart, and then I took some Dollar Tree ribbon and a little tag that said Valentine, you make my heart go pop, pop, pop. Next we have the chocolate covered pretzels. For these I'm going to use these Hershey cookies and cream pretzels. They cost $2.98 at Walmart. And I'm going to just lay them out on some wax paper. And I am putting all these things on wax paper. By the way, everything is, you can't really tell that there's wax paper underneath, but that's what I do with all the items. I'm actually laying on wax paper first. And then again, I'm just taking some of the red melts, thinning them with some of the shortening, and then drizzling those on top. And then again, the same trick with the sprinkles. And again, they look very festive on the platter. And then also they had these little pretzel bags at Walmart. Those were also 98 cents. And they're for the pretzel logs, but I thought they held the little twisty pretzels so well too. And again, that makes a great little Valentine. Project 5 is the double-decker Valentine Rice Krispie Treats. For these, I'll be using these Rice Krispie Treats that I get from Walmart. They come 12 to a pack for $3, and they're individually wrapped. Now, what I really like about these is that they surprisingly taste almost homemade, and that I love that nice square shape. So it gives a nice professional look, and what I'm doing is just adding some of the melted chocolate, and I'm going to put the two pieces together. And then I'm going to take some of my chocolate, which again is way too thick to drizzle, and just add some of those Paramount crystals, and then that's going to loosen up the chocolate, make it nice and thin, and give me some drizzle ability. Also, I hope I'm not confusing you going back and forth between the crystals and the shortening. They can be used either or. So I'm just using the Paramount crystals because I'm lazy, and it's just easier for me to use them because I have them there on hand. And I just as well could have used about a 1/4 teaspoon of the shortening instead of the Paramount crystals. And then I would continue to add about a 1/4 teaspoon of the shortening until I reach my desired consistency. And then again, I'm going to just coat the spoon and then swing the spoon over the top of the Rice Krispie treat to create that drizzle effect. And then I'm just going to add some sprinkles, and now you have an adorable double-decker Valentine's treat that would cost somewhere around $5 if you were to buy this in a candy store. As you can see, they would look so pretty placed on a doilied cake stand for a party, but if you wanted to give them as a little Valentine, you could package them in one of these Walmart treat bags with some Dollar Tree ribbon and a little sign that says, "Such a treat working with you," or "Such a treat to have you as a friend." Project 6 is To the Moon and Back Moon Pie Treats. For this one, I will be using the Ghirardelli milk and white chocolates. Now, something you're going to notice right away is that these chocolates melt unbelievably well. So you'll see this is before I put any type of shortening or Paramount crystals or anything like that in there. It doesn't need it. It just melts so beautifully. It's so great for drizzling as well as dipping, as well as any application you can use. So I'm going to be doing some of these moon pies. I got these actually from the Dollar Tree. They were $1 for each box, and they had them in both the white and the chocolate. So I will be using the white chocolate to drizzle on top of the dark moon pies, and the dark chocolate to drizzle on top of the white moon pies. Now you can see how amazing this drizzles. It's an incredible product, but of course it also costs a lot more. The bags of the candy melts cost about $2.40 at Walmart, and these cost, and that's for a 12-ounce bag, and for a 10-ounce bag of the Ghirardelli, it's almost $5. So there is a big difference, but sometimes, you know, especially if you're going to be doing some of the other things, the drizzling can be taken care of pretty easily with the shortening or the Paramount melts. But if you're going to be doing some of the dipping and that type of thing, or bark, as I'll be doing in a few minutes, you probably want to invest in that Ghirardelli. But you can see where just adding the colored sprinkles can give you all the color that you want for a holiday treat, to give it that holiday sparkle, or for your special event to create a color theme that goes with your colors. Also, I wanted to take a quick second just to show you how nicely the Ghirardelli does with dipping. So here's the dreaded Oreo. But now you can see how nice and smooth the chocolate is and how well it just coats the Oreo, and it's nice and silky and smooth and shiny, and it's not all clunky and glunky, and it just works out just wonderfully. But of course, we don't need this anymore because we have pre-made, ready done Oreos to buy right from the store. But just in case you wanted to dip some fruits or some other types of cookies, I just wanted you to see what a great dipping chocolate the Ghirardelli is. I also wanted to show you how somehow it could be both thick chocolate and thin chocolate at the same time. So here with the Rice Krispie treats, remember I used that thicker chocolate on the centerpiece and then used the thinner chocolate to drizzle. Well, somehow with the Ghirardelli, I could do both. So here you can see I'm using it to drizzle. Now I am doing a thicker drizzle because I did want that on this particular one to hold the M&Ms that I'm going to put on top. So to get the thicker drizzle, I put a little more chocolate on the spoon, as well as hold the spoon closer to the top and move more slowly as I go back and forth. And then I just added some Valentine M&Ms to the top, and then here you can see another double-decker Rice Krispie treat, and this is the same one that we saw earlier. Project 7 is a Valentine marble bark. For this project, I'm again going to use the Ghirardelli chocolate in both the milk and white chocolate. And I don't want the Ghirardelli this time so much for the dippability or the drizzleability. It's more now for the quality of the chocolate, since the chocolate is now the main part and not just an accent. To make the bark, I took a 9 by 9 inch square pan and placed some parchment paper in it, which I adhered to the bottom by greasing the pan first. Then I took 1 1/2 cups of the milk chocolate wafers and melted them in the microwave at 50% for 1 minute at first, and then 30-second intervals thereafter until melted. And then I just poured it into the bottom of my parchment-lined pan, making sure to get all the chocolate out. Now, another great thing about using the Ghirardelli to make this bark is that you can spread it around like this as well, and that gives you that nice thin layer on the bottom. Now I'm going to take 3/4 a cup of the wafers that I've melted down, again at 50% in the microwave with 30-second intervals, and then until it was melted. And then I'm going to just kind of plop it on top the way you saw me do there, and then I took a skewer and just ran it through the white splotches, creating the design, the marbleized design. And that's basically all there is to it. You keep working it until you get the desired look. And then I'm going to simply top it with some of the Valentine M&Ms, just placing them all around to create a nice festive Valentine look. You can then refrigerate it to help the chocolate quickly set. Once set, you can remove the parchment from the pan and then just begin to break the bark into pieces. I again like these Walmart pillow boxes as a gift container. You can see the chocolate through the little window. It's very cute. Or Dollar Tree has some great tins that could be used for this, as well as maybe a beautiful plate wrapped in cellophane would be a beautiful gift option as well. Project number 8 is the berries in cream hearts. For this one, I'm again going to be using the Ghirardelli, again for the quality of the chocolate, as well as how nice the candy finally sets up and it gives a nice shiny product in the end. So what I did with this is I just took my little mold that I got from Walmart for $1.50, I believe it was, and then I added about 2/3 fill of the white chocolate that I had melted down. And then I'm going to just take some blueberries and raspberries. Now the blueberries were small enough to fit. I did have to cut the raspberries in half. And then I just added some more chocolate to the top of those. Just carefully going in with my spoon and adding some more chocolate to the top. And then once those were all completed, I put that little mold into the refrigerator to help the chocolate set up. Once the chocolates were set, I took them out of the mold by just popping them right out like you would do an ice cube. And you can see what a great little chocolate. You can see the fruit peeking through a little bit on some of them. And I have to tell you, these are delicious. I am not a fan of white chocolate, but my goodness, with the berries and the cream, they are super good. I've been eating them all. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But they're really, really good. So, and they're just such a pretty little treat. Lastly, I have these little Marshmallow Pops. On the same shopping trip I found the chocolate-covered Nutter Butters and Oreos, I found these adorable new, they're called malicious. I don't know if I like that name. Malolicious. They could have maybe thought of a better name. But anyway, they're these really adorable little fruit-shaped and cupcake-shaped marshmallows. And I thought, how cute would they look on a little lollipop stick? And you could bunch them together and, create a little bigger Valentine that way. Or maybe just do singles and have just single ones. But either way, I just thought that they were just adorable. And I purchased these at Walmart for $2.47 a bag. To not squish the marshmallow, I did use a skewer to create the hole before placing the popsicle stick. To make the bunches, I took 3 of the Marshmallow Pops and then one of the twist ties from the little treat bags from the Dollar Tree, and just tied the 3 sticks together, and then took one of the treat bags, placed the bouquet or little bunch into the bag, and then took the corners of the bag and just folded them back and taped them to the back of the bag. Now I am using that crystal clear tape that you can purchase at Dollar Tree, and this way you can barely even see that there's any tape on the bag. It just looks like that's the shape of the bag. And then I'm going to just measure out about where the bag should be cut, and then just take off that excess of the bag so that I can still have the stems coming out the bottom. And then I'm going to just take a little piece of Dollar Tree ribbon and tie a little bow. Now I can also add a little tag. This one says, "I love you very much," or "It's very nice to know you." Anything of that you could use very, you could use "berry" instead. And now for the little cupcakes, I just want to show you, you can do it also as a bunch, but I'm going to just make this one up as a single, and you can see how cute these look. I've added a bow and a little tag that says, "You take the cake, Valentine." And how cute would these little singles be for a classroom Valentine party? You can make up all these little singles for all the kids. And I just wanted to show you too that how I'm doing the little tag is to use one of those single hole punches that you buy from the Dollar Tree, and that's how I'm just creating the little hole to attach the tag. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this 9 quick and easy Valentine Treats DIY, and I hope it has inspired you to spread the love and make some of your own upcycled treats this Valentine's Day. If you enjoyed the video, please remember to give us a thumbs up, and please share with any family and friends you think would also enjoy this video. If you have a favorite or plan on making any of these treats, please let me know in the comments below, and if you're not already a subscriber, please consider subscribing. We'd love to have you join the family. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time on FabTax, where we're putting the extraordinary one DIY at a time.